Hello and welcome back to the Winning Edge Talks podcast. This is Vishwanath, your host. I'm a sports mind coach and a sports mental performance analyst. The topic of this episode is Raducanu. What next? In September 2021, the world of professional tennis was in for a pleasant surprise when two teenagers, both 18 years of age, Leylah Fernandez, ranked 73rd, and Raducanu, ranked 150th, entered the finals of the US Open Tennis Championship 2021. It was eventually won by Raducanu. She beat Leylah 6-4, 6-3 in a match that lasted an hour and 51 minutes. The praiseworthy feature of Ima's achievement was that she had to play the qualifier on her journey to the finals. Raducanu is a British player, and no other British woman player had won a major after Virginia Wade won the Wimbledon in 1977. Ima is also the youngest player to win a major since Maria Sharapova did it at the age of 17 in 2004. Ima is also the first woman to win a major title in her second Grand Slam event. Monica Seles and Bianca Andreescu had taken 4 Grand Slam attempts to win their first. Ima won the winner's prize money of $2.5 million, and she is now the richest tennis athlete after signing up with tennis superstar agent Max Eisenberg. She will also have her own clothing brand and perfume line. Ima is a brand on her own. Heaps of praises have been showered upon her. The legendary tennis player Martina Navratilova said after this match, "A star is born. Raducanu makes history. And she is just getting started and she will never have to qualify again." Ima has received praises from the likes of Queen Elizabeth, Lewis Hamilton, Billie Jean King, and others. International Tennis Federation ITF President David Haggerty has said Raducanu's impact on British tennis can be similar to Venus and Serena Williams' impact on the American tennis. Former British number 1 Greg Rusedski went on to equate Raducanu's Grand Slam success to that of former world number 1 players Monica Seles, Chris Evert, and Jennifer Capriati. 18 years is barely an age when teenagers are preparing for their exams to get to the next academic level, and for tennis players to be working hard to break into the women's circuit. And for these two 18-year-olds to make it to the finals of a Grand Slam, competing and beating the senior pros, and after going through the rigorous grind of tour tennis, is an extraordinary achievement. There is another feather in Ima's cap. She had earlier made it to the 4th round of this year's Wimbledon Championship after securing a wild card entry. Ima attributed as one of the main reasons for her success to her unwavering focus. She said after the match, "The biggest triumph for me is how I manage not to think of anything except for my game plan. That's definitely the biggest thing that helped me." It's former tennis player Tim Herman's comment that set me thinking. Tim said, "This is not some flash in the pan or fairy tale. Her world will be turned upside down, but she has good people around her, and it will be a hell of a ride if she can stay injury-free." It is up to Raducanu to prove that the US Open victory was not a flash in the pan or some kind of a fluke. I, like everyone, was waiting in bated breath on what she would do next. The Indian Wells tournament was her next, after the sensational triumph at the US Open. At the Indian Wells, her newly built castle came crashing down after a second round loss to Alexandra Sasnovich. Ima Raducanu said after this shocking defeat that she was disappointed but not discouraged by the loss. She attributed her loss to her inexperience as compared to the more experienced Alexandra Sasnovich. It was a night match, and she was only playing a night match for the second time in her career in a big tournament. Ima Raducanu was honest to admit that she was new to everything and everything needs time to adjust, and she needs time to adjust to what is going on around her. Came the Transylvania Open, and she lost to the Ukrainian girl Marta Kostyuk 6-2, 6-1. Speaking to reporters, she said, "I wasn't feeling 100%. I was quite tired and lethargic today. Sometimes you have these days, I just need to move on from it and brush it off." Ima Raducanu admits that she is inexperienced and everything appears so new to her now. Then, why did she split up with the coach, Mr. Andrew Richardson, who helped her win the US Open? Ima split up with a coach after the US Open and was without a coach at Indian Wells at the Transylvania Open. To this question, Ima explains, "Especially right now, I'm so new to this. I think I need someone to guide me, someone who has been through that themselves." Agreed, Mr. Richardson may not have had the experience she was looking for, but having someone around is better than having no one at all, especially when everything is looking new to you. I strongly feel she should have continued with him until she found someone she was looking for. Let's look into some of the reasons that could have probably helped her win the US Open. Let us go by what she herself has said. "I am only 18 and I am having a free swing at anything that comes my way. That's how I faced every match here in the States." She meant the US Open. She won the US Open, winning 20 straight sets and without dropping a set to the title. A phenomenal achievement. She said after the US Open that she doesn't feel any pressure and she intends to keep it that way. This means she played the US Open without any pressure. In future, the youthful ignorance may give room to conscious interference. As her expectations rise, as probably sometimes the negative thoughts may creep in. Conscious interference, in other words, is overthinking and negative thoughts. Here I would like to quote Martina Navratilova. She said, "Performance is ability minus conscious interference." I unquote. I wonder whether she knows of the pressure senior professionals experience even after many years on the tour. I doubt whether Ima Raducanu knows about it because she has never experienced it herself. I'm not brushing her off as a fluke and predicting her to fail going forward. Everyone wants her to blossom into another superstar like a Steffi Graf or a Serena Williams. But to say that she will not feel pressure in future would be far from reality. She will feel the pressure and expectations, and at best she will learn to manage pressure and anxiety. She has to bear in mind what Billie Jean King has famously said, "Pressure is a privilege," unquote. Every champion athlete feels the pressure, but he or she knows how to manage it. That is the secret to their success. How then did Ima Raducanu win the US Open? Experts say everything was new to her, she played freely, and her youthful ignorance helped her to handle pressure. Ima Raducanu is young and inexperienced with a youthful, carefree attitude, which the senior professionals have lost along the way. Ima can do with a lot of experience the senior pros possesses, playing in different conditions especially. And the senior pros would love that carefree attitude Ima now has, playing as if nothing matters when everything matters to you, and as if there is nothing to lose. Of course, Ima is the US major champion and would certainly like to become the queen of tennis in the years to come. And from here on, the weight of expectations will be high and the pressure will obviously build up. She should quickly learn to handle pressure. She needs to get into her own ideal mental state that produces the best results for her. She can't be too carefree, loose, and lethargic. She needs that nervous energy. She will need to raise her arousal within controllable limits to raise her intensity in order to give her the best fight against her opponent. Perhaps senior pros and sports psychologists will help her with their inputs. Competitive sports are 90% mental. It's all about handling emotions on the court. This is Vishwanath signing off.